Today we are going to take another subject on general mathematics for junior secondary school 1 or junior secondary school 1. Now our subject for today is general mathematics for junior secondary school 1. And our topic for today will be on plane shapes. Our topic for today will be on plane shapes. And our objective for today will be to identify types of plane shapes and their properties. To identify types of plane shapes and their properties. Now, when we talk about plane shape, what do we understand? How do we define a plane shape? We say plane shape is a two-dimensional shape bounded by lines. Plane shape is a two-dimensional shape bounded by lines, where 2 or 3 lines are joined together. Now, we now come to types of plane shapes. What are the types of plane shapes that we can give out? The types of plane shapes that we can give out is number 1, square. We have another one called rectangle. We have another one called parallelogram. We have another one called trapezium. We have another one called kite. We have another one called rhombus and triangle, and so on and so forth. Now we are going to discuss about square to start with. When we talk about square, we are talking about the properties of a square. First, I will read the properties of a square for us to know before we give you the kind of shape, how the shape looks like. We said the properties of a square is that all sides are equal. All sides are equal. It has 4 lines of symmetry. It has 4 lines of symmetry. All angles are equal. All angles are equal. The diagonals meet at right angle. The diagonals meet at right angle. The diagonals bisect each other. The diagonals bisect each other. All angles are square corner. All angles are square corner. That is 90 degrees each. Opposite sides are parallel. Opposite sides are parallel. Now, let's come to the shapes of a square. Let me give you an example of what a square looks like. A square is like this. A square is like this. When we say some of the properties, says all sides are equal. That is to say, this and this and this and this are equal. If this is 3 centimeters, likewise this place will be 3 centimeters, will be 3 centimeters and 3 centimeters. Now, when we say it has 4 lines of symmetry, when we talk about 4 lines of symmetry, we are talking about this. When you have a square and you fold it, the equal parts, the way it will look like when you fold it, that is what we are talking about. These are the lines of symmetry. These are the lines of symmetry. These are the 4 lines of symmetry. Now, we now say that all angles are equal. When we say all angles are equal, this is what we are talking about. These are the angles. They are equal. All the angles are equal. Not only are they equal, we said they what? They are what? Square corner. Look at it. All the angles are square corner, which is 90 degrees each. And we also said they are what? The angles are what? They are at right angle. Look at it. This is what we call a right angle. Right angle. They are right angle. Now, we now said that the diagonals meet at right angle. This is the diagonal. This is the diagonal. They meet at right angle. They meet at right angle. Then we said opposite sides are parallel. You can see when we talk about parallel lines, they are lines moving on the same direction. You can see that they are going in the same direction while these two is going in the same direction. So opposite sides are parallel. Opposite sides are parallel. Now we will now come down to a rectangle. Let me clean this. We'll come down to rectangle. Now if you look at our rectangle, we said properties of a rectangle. We said opposite sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal. Not only that, we said all the angles are equal. All the angles are equal, just like a square. You can see that there is a relationship between a square and a rectangle. There's a relationship between a square and a rectangle when you say all the angles are equal. And again, one says there are two lines of symmetry. There are just only two lines of symmetry. Then another one says diagonals bisect each other. You see the relationship between a square and a rectangle. Diagonals bisect each other, just like the square too, where the diagonals bisect each other. Again, we said all angles are right angles. All angles are right angles. You see, those are the relationship. Those are the similarities between a rectangle and a square. Now we say diagonals do not meet at right angle. Now for square we say it meets at right angle, but for the rectangle they do not meet at right angle. And the last one says opposite sides are parallel. Opposite sides are parallel, just like the square. Now let me give you an example of a rectangle. Now if you look at the rectangle, the surface of your table at home is a rectangle, the surface. So if you look at it, this is a rectangle, which we said opposite sides are equal. That which we say opposite sides are equal. What do we say? Now, for example, if this place is 6 centimeters, this will be 6 centimeters. But this cannot be as equal as this. So this other side can be 4 centimeters, while these two will be 4 centimeters. So you see, opposite sides are equal. Now we say all angles are equal. These are the angles. They are equal. The angles are equal. Then we say there are two lines of symmetry. That is your folding. When you fold it, you cannot, if you fold it like this, it will not be equal. So these are the lines of symmetry. These are the two lines of symmetry. Then we say diagonals bisect each other. When we say diagonals bisect each other, this is what we mean. The diagonal line they bisect each other. That is, when we say bisect, they are on top each other at a point here. They are on top each other at a point here. And we said all angles are right angles. If you look at it, all the angles are right angles. They are right angles. Then we said diagonals do not meet at right angle. If you look at the right angles, the diagonals really did not, you can see that from here, it did not meet at the right angle here. If you look at it here too, it did not really go into the right angle. So they do not meet at right angle. And we said opposite sides are parallel. Yes, they move in the same direction. These two sides, they move in the, while these two sides move in the same direction. Thank you. So we now come down to properties of a parallelogram. We come down to properties of a parallelogram. Now, when we talk about a parallelogram, we said opposite sides are equal in length. Opposite sides are equal in length, while opposite angles are equal. Opposite angles are equal. No line of symmetry. It has no line of symmetry. Now look at the example of a parallelogram. A parallelogram has two lines going in the same direction. Have you seen it now? So when we say opposite sides are equal in length, that is in length as they move, they are equal, while opposite angles are equal. That is this, and this. They are the opposite angles. They are equal. Then it has no line of symmetry because there's no way you can fold it whereby it will be equal. It has no line of symmetry. Then I'm talking about kite, which I did not give. A kite is this. This is what a kite looks like. Now, if you look at the kite, the two opposite sides are equal, but one is longer than one. If you look at it, and a kite has just one line of symmetry. When we come to rhombus, a rhombus is so when we come to rhombus, the rhombus too has four sides. The rhombus too has a fourth side. And another one is called a triangle. But in our next class, we'll be talking about types of triangle. There are other triangles are other types of polygons that we have. There are other types of polygons that we have. So in our next class, we'll be talking about types of polygons. Now, at the end of it all, I believe we can identify the properties of this shape. We all know the properties of this shape now. So our assignment for today will be on draw the following shapes. Draw the following shapes are given. The following shapes that are given, the following shapes that are given. And give two properties each for them. And which the first one, I would like us to draw a square. I would like us to draw a rectangle and give two properties for each. And I would like us to draw a kite too and give two properties each for each of the named shape that is on the board. A square, a rectangle, and a kite. Thank you very much.